So, I just want to prove to you that I actually wrote a homily to deliver this morning. But it's a beautiful day. It's Father's Day. Probably all want to go out to lunch with Dad. Who am I to stand between you and that simple pleasure? So I'll deliver that homily next year, this time. The most important thing, more than anything I have to say, is to celebrate our Unitarian ritual of flower communion. I'll just say that this is a 95-year-old ritual that came from the Czech Unitarian Church, founded by Norbert Čapek, first celebrated on June 24th, 1923. That's why we celebrate it at the end of the year. And fortunately, Reverend Sasha gave a homily to the children, which said what I needed to say. The imagery of the flower communion is that a congregation is a collection of individuals, each unique and beautiful in its own way. And the congregation is the vase that holds it. And so the symbolism of the flower communion is the many coming together in all their diversity to form the stronger, singular whole, which is why all the flowers go into a single container. And this ritual was created by the Reverend Norbert Fabian Čapek, and he celebrated in his congregation for 19 years. During the Nazi occupation of Czechoslovakia, Norbert Čapek refused to stop preaching about freedom and courage under the yoke of tyranny. He was arrested. He was tried. He was acquitted of the charges and still sentenced to a concentration camp by the Nazi Secret Service. And he was executed in October of 1942 in a concentration camp outside Linz, Austria. We forget sometimes how serious being faithful can be. Unitarian Universalism is no casual faith for those of us who take it seriously. But what we know is that alone, individually, we are vulnerable. Together, in all of our diversity, there is a unity and a beauty and a strength beyond our imagination. We are strong together. Let us be brave together, because there are challenges before us as a community and a nation that we are only beginning to imagine. So let's celebrate this ritual and remind ourselves why we come together and why we need to stay together and celebrate and honor uniqueness, unity, diversity, and democracy. Will our worship associates please bring forward our flowers? On June 24th, 1923, the members of the Unitarian Church of Prague, Czechoslovakia, celebrated the first flower communion on the one-year anniversary of their congregation's founding. Their church never would have come into being had Norbert Čapek not discovered Unitarianism in America, nor would it have come into being without the financial support of the American and British Unitarians who helped sustain a fledgling ministry. The Czech Unitarians have gifted us with a ritual in return. Explaining the symbolism of the first flower communion in a letter to the American Unitarian leader Samuel Eliot, Čapek wrote, "In my sermon, I put emphasis on the individual character of each member flower, on our liberty as a foundation of our fellowship. Then I emphasized our common cause, our belonging together as one spiritual community. We accept each other without regard to class, race, or other distinction, acknowledging everyone as our friend who is a human and wants to be good. For us in our Unitarian brother and sisterhood, the vase is our church organization. We need it to help us share the beauties, but also the responsibilities of communal life. In the proper community, by giving the best that is in us for the common good, we grow up and are able to do what no single person is able to do. Each of us needs to receive in order to grow up, but each of us needs to give something away for the same reason." Just as each flower is unique, so is each one of you. It takes the gifts of each individual to bring power to the community. And we need the community to accomplish together what we could never do alone. Each of us gives and receives, and the community holds us and serves us equally. As it was 95 years ago, so may it be today. And now I offer the traditional consecration of the flowers translated from Czech. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask your blessing on these, your messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us, amid diversities of knowledge and of gifts, to be one in desire and affection and devotion to good and beauty. May they also remind us of the value of comradeship, of doing and sharing with one another. May we cherish friendship as a most precious gift. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed. May we be strengthened by the knowledge that one Spirit, the Spirit of love, unites us, and may we endeavor together for a more joyful life for all. Amen. And now I invite you to make your way down this center aisle. If you're sitting on the sides, I encourage you to go around to the back. We'll all come down the center aisle, come get a flower, and then go back to your seats along the side aisles. And we're going to listen to some music as you come forward. Please come retrieve a flower, and don't take home the one you brought. Come on up. Happy Father's Day. Pick a flower for yourself there. Very good. There you go. Good. Good. There you go, my dear. So if you're wondering which great scriptural story this invokes, it is the loaves and fishes. Oh my gosh, how will we have enough food for all these people? Well, if everybody brings a little bit, contributes just a little bit, there's always enough for everybody. Include you have a flower? Good, I want to make sure all of our volunteers have flowers. Jan, you need one too. Each one of these flowers is fragile, vulnerable, and yet uniquely beautiful, strong, and when you add it together with other flowers, it makes the world a better, brighter place. Just like each of you as we come together in community. I'm glad you're here, not just this morning, but always. Thank you for being part of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Raleigh. Even if you're visiting with us for the very first time, I hope you come back and see us again. And now, if you would please, join with me in singing our closing hymn, De Coloris. I'm going to invite Aaron Edgar to help me sing the first verse in Spanish.